what's up, Slunts? Joker here. Today we're going to be talking about The Witcher 3 yet again. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of the series. Can't wait for this game to come out next month. But today it appears that there was some type of NDA lifted with CD Projekt Red because there's been a lot of new Witcher 3 gameplay videos rolling in. I've seen one from Angry Joe, which was about 40 minutes long. But the one that I really want to talk about today came from ImAnderZEL, who has a PC gaming channel that I will link to down in the description below, as well as to the video that I'm going to be referencing here throughout in regards to performance on a single GTX 980. Now, I also want to note that as soon as this video went up, it was called something like Witcher 3 GTX 980 Ultra Gameplay. But he went ahead and changed that, took out GTX 980 from the title and the description from what I saw the last time I checked it. Don't know why he chose to do that, but it was running on a single GTX 980. I can assure you of that. I even went ahead and asked him in the comments below to sort of confirm the performance because I was watching it on Chrome and on YouTube. So it was a 60 FPS video that I was watching, and it didn't appear to be dropping any frames to me. But I wanted to ask him down in the comments below to be sure. So I asked him, I said, was the single 980 dropping frames at all, or was it a solid 60 throughout on Ultra? And his response to that was very solid, did not see one drop at all. So if you don't record, a 780 will be very good, maybe even a 770. So that's very, very good to hear that the game was running this well on a GTX 980, and you could see the results for yourself in this video. The game looked very, very good. There was one little thing that kind of stood out to me that I'll mention just a little bit later on. But I want to say that, the last part that he said here about the 780 and the 770, I would take that with a grain of salt for right now. I don't know how accurate that information is, as he hasn't actually tested it on a 780 or 770. How can we really know if that's going to be actually true? As far as we know, the game could have been, running over 3 GB of video memory the entire time, in which case, as soon as you put a 780 in, it probably wouldn't have ran as well as it did on the 980, and it just doesn't have as much grunt power as a 980 as well. And without him having hard data as far as video memory usage and graphics card usage and all that stuff to what it was using to run at 60 FPS, I don't think he can make that assessment, but we can go off of what he actually does have here, which is gameplay running on a single 980 at what appears to be a solid 60 frames per second, and what he assured me in the comments as being 60 frames per second. So that fact I would take, take away from this and at least have sort of an optimistic outlook now going towards Witcher 3 in regards to my setup, at least. I've got two 980s, so hopefully if SLI is working at launch, like I really, really hope it should be, since this is an NVIDIA optimized title using NVIDIA GameWorks features, just really hope SLI is working at launch. As of right now, there's no SLI profile. I checked in NVIDIA Inspector the other day, but we've still got a few weeks to go until the game actually does come out. So like I said, this does give me a really optimistic outlook moving forward into the release, which is coming in May 19th, I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it here with a text box or something, but I'm pretty sure it's May 19th because I am really looking forward to this game. And now that I've seen it running on a 980 at 60 FPS, that leaves me just very optimistic for my system with the two 980s, even though I am going to be playing at 1440p, and hopefully it's not pushing the video memory over 4 GB with that resolution. But that's just something we're going to have to wait and see for when the game comes out. And when it does come out, I'm going to put up a performance review for you guys probably in the first day. Not a full game review. That's going to take me a little while to get together, maybe even like a week or so, because I'm not, as far as I know right now, I'm not getting an advanced review copy. I'm going to try to reach out to CD Projekt Red and see if that's the case, but I already have a code from my GTX 980s, and I already gave one away as well. So I'm probably going to be getting the game on launch day right along with everyone else, but I'm going to try to get to as many areas as I can in that first day and do testing on various settings with one graphics card and two graphics cards, so I can let you guys know the hard performance numbers and see what kind of frame rates I'm getting, at the very least, and try to bring you guys a performance review. Now, I said earlier that there was one thing that stood out to me in this video as kind of alarming, and that was at the 7-minute and 30-second mark. If you go ahead and skip to 7 minutes and 30 seconds, you see Geralt kind of sprinting along on his horse, and if you keep an eye off in the distance, there's some trees, and you could start, and they're actually really not terribly far away, which was kind of concerning to me, and you could see some of the trees and the shadows off in that distance starting to pop in, which, like I said, not terribly far away, so that was kind of disconcerting to me. personally, you know, if this was truly ultra, I would like to see that draw distance a little bit further. But as he mentions in the description, this is, you know, sort of like beta footage. It's not the finished product. So hopefully that's not indicative of the final product, because I really do not like texture pop-ins like that. I feel like it really distracts me from the gameplay, and that might not be true for everyone. I know this is really just nitpicking, and if it's a great game at the end of the day, you know, it's just going to be one thing to really nitpick about. But other than that, the game looked absolutely fantastic, just beautiful. Some of the dynamic weather effects, just oh my god, like the trees and the grass blowing in the wind, and then the rain coming down. You can hear the pitter patter on your armor. Man, it just looked and sounded fantastic, and the shadows and lighting, just everything looked good. The textures, I can't wait to get hands on with this game and see how it looked, you know, natively on my monitor and not on YouTube, because, you know, YouTube really doesn't do these games justice when you're watching them on YouTube compared to how it looks natively, you know, on your monitor at full maxed out settings. So just can't wait to get hands on with the game. Keep an eye out for coverage in the future, and if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to ask me down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as many of you as I can, as long as it's not what frame rate you're going to be getting on your system, because I don't know, because the game's not out yet. We're just trying to go off of what the information is we have here, which is a single GTX 980. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out. Maybe if you're looking to make a purchasing decision about a graphics card, you know, I would still kind of wait until the game actually comes out in that regard, because you don't want to make that type of hasty investment just off of one YouTube video. Wait until the games come out. I'll give you some hard performance numbers, and then we'll go from there. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please do stick a thumb on it, as it helps me out a lot, or if you learned something. And if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing or help contribute ideas to future videos, you can always do that on Facebook and Twitter at JokerSlunt. I'll catch you guys next time. Ta-ra!